We've officially made it to Imptek, the race check-in. Yes,
Who are
meet you.
Santiago, I'm the race director.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to Ecuador.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
How's it doing?
Great.
Very good.
Getting ready to do the team interview. I feel like celebrities.
I feel like my glasses are...
Okay, your name and your team.
Okay, so we are Team thisABILITY Adventure Racing. My name is Chip Dodd.
I'm Andrea Anderson.
I'm Dirk Van Assendelft. And our other teammate, no, we were going to say, but our other teammate, Brian Gatens, couldn't make it yet. He's coming in a couple nights.
Es el equipo thisABILITY, son de Estados Unidos. El cuarto miembro está por arribar, todavía no llega. What has been your preparation this season for this race, Huairasinchi Imptek? Have you done something different than you have done in other races?
Well, we've done a lot of racing this year in our country, and we have increased our elevation training a little bit. We're from sea level, and Virginia Beach, where we're from, is really flat. So we've tried to up our elevation training and done a little bit different things with our nutrition to kind of help us have the endurance that we're hoping to have for this race.
So I'd say, in addition to what she said, because we are a couple, so we train together all the time, I would say we probably increased our exercise and our eating right and everything about 30%. So it's trying to bike and do trail running every day. Every day we're running with a loaded pack as if we're adventure racing, so we're carrying the weight the whole time. We also, of course, sorted the gear to make sure the bikes are all dialed in and everything. From a nutritional standpoint, we had just got back from Belize for a week and then Puerto Rico a month before that, so we're a little bit I can't remember what's it.
We lost some weight.
We lost some weight. So basically, we cut out carbs out of our diet and tried to fat adapt as best we can. And personally, I've been losing about a half pound every day for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and I feel really great and really strong going into this race. And luckily, we've had no injuries or anything. So we are probably the fittest we've ever been ready for this.
Pandemic has affected you in some way in the preparation for races, especially for this one.
So the pandemic certainly made last year really difficult with no races last year, but the race schedule has really picked up in the United States, especially this year after the vaccine. So we've been doing a lot of races. We still need to be really careful and especially training, make sure that you stay healthy.
Like Dirk was saying, basically the pandemic stopped the racing season. Luckily though, this January, February, we were able to do the Florida Sea-to-Sea, which is a 3-day adventure race all the way across Florida. And so that was good preparation for this. And then also we were able to participate in a 24-hour race and a 30-hour race. I think Dirk, you were able to do a 36-hour race. And then also, because of the pandemic, we launched a race company doing virtual adventure races. So now we kind of know how to think like a race director, and it also kept us on navigation. Like every other weekend, we're going out into the woods and trying to design a course, but that required us doing a lot of navigation. So coming into the season, even though we did not get to race a lot, we feel really strong and comfortable. It's like we didn't take much time off.
Yeah, and preparing for the virtual races, that's how we got in the woods together, in the western part of the state, in the mountains, putting on some of those events. Yep.
Well, why you chose to participate in Huairasinchi Imptek?
Well,
this is my second time in Ecuador. I a few years ago came, just loved the country. So when they reached out and said, "Do you want to do the expedition in Ecuador?" I said, "Heck yeah!"
Yeah, immediately. Heck yeah. Okay, I guess I'll go. In the States and worldwide, there's a podcast called TA1 by Randy Erickson, the legendary Randy Erickson. And he interviews racers from around the world. And when Luis Fernando got on there, how do you pronounce the last name? I always butcher it. Yeah, what she said. Bekdash. Okay. So
we're getting better at our Spanish.
Yes. So when Luis was on the podcast, he was kind of walking through last year's race, and he described it as the New Zealand of the Americas. And I've always wanted to go to New Zealand. I've always wanted to go do God's Own and all those big races. So when he said this was the New Zealand of the Americas, that's immediately why I put this race in the calendar. The other thing is we just love Latin America. I mean, we've been to a lot of different countries down here, and so we just love the culture, love the the people and the food and everything. So so we love big mountains. Like just being above 12,000 feet or 3,000 or 4,000 meters where there's no trees, it's beautiful. And so I totally expect to be in this race and be teary-eyed looking out at the beauty.
What expectations do you have about the route? What do you think you're gonna see on the route? What would you like to see on the route?
Vast vistas that we want to see for miles. We want to see big mountains. It'd be great to see some beautiful water scenes. Cobblestone roads. Lots of rocky terrain.
Again, I'm a fan of the culture, so I would say going through small towns and because as we've been here, we haven't seen many gringos, so I think going through these small towns, it'll probably be interesting for them as well as us, trying to communicate and eat really authentic foods, and the architecture is very different. Also the wild animals, both on farms as well as out in the backcountry. And it's funny, I think the translation, it said wasteland. It's looking forward to the wasteland with the very back remote country. We can't wait to see that. I don't like cities very much. I like to get out in the remote area.
Do you think that through these type of races you can get to know better a country or a place?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And especially with adventure racing, where you just get off the beaten path. You're away from the touristy areas. Even when we do races in the United States, you end up in places you would never end up. Meet people you would never otherwise interact with.
It's the best way to see a country. Yeah.
So one other aspect of that, and especially after we've kind of become a race director, as a race director, you're trying to show off your local area. You're trying to find those hidden waterfalls or those places that you would never go as a tourist. And so the way I look at it, it's like a guided vacation. I mean, yes, you're going to have suffering and cold and all of that, but the idea is that somebody has curated a 4-day or 5-day experience, and then you go to all of these amazing places. And it's kind of hard to even remember it, because it's like you do something epic this day, and then by the next day you're doing something else epic. You forget the epic the day before. And so the idea is that, that's another thing I probably should say on the video, we're documenting our whole experience from the training leading up to this race. We're going to have GoPros during the race, and then even the after party and all of that. We're going to be documenting the whole thing and putting it on our Facebook and our YouTube page. So anybody that wants to do a race like this could kind of see what it's like if they want to step it up from a 30, 36, or a 2-day race to get to an ARWS World Series race. But this is definitely the way to vacation.
And so we can remember what we've done.
So we can remember what we've done. Yeah, we will forget it all.
You already got that bikes, that.
You're gonna have a GPS, you're gonna have a radio, and you're gonna have spot. We really want to make sure you're gonna be safe on the road.